Scott Glue here from Fastvue. Today I'm going to show you how you can get the latest alerts that we might have shipped in a new version of Fastvue Reporter. So from time to time, we want to introduce a new alert or some changes to the alerts configuration. As we've just done in the latest version, this is 101.39, and we've just introduced a new drug searches alert. Okay, so similar to the extremist searches and self-harm searches, we've got a new alert that anyone can use to be alerted when someone searches for a drug-related term such as cocaine, marijuana, and so on. Now, I've just upgraded, but I'm not seeing that alert in the list. That's because we don't want to just overwrite any changes that you've made to these alerts, because you can rename these and add your own, and we don't want to just throw a new alerts configuration in here and overwrite any changes that you've made. We do have a feature on our roadmap to allow the merging of new alerts, but unfortunately we don't have that in yet. So at the moment, there is a little bit of a process you need to do to get the latest alerts that we're shipping in a new version of the application. So I'm going to take you through that now. It's also important to note I've got a custom alert down here. So I'll show you how you can keep this custom alert and get the new alerts as well. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you know where your data location is. So if you go to data storage settings, you'll notice your data location is usually under C program data Fastvue and then your product name, but you can change that during install, so just make sure you know where that is. Then you need to head over to your Fastvue Reporter server and go to that location. So here I am, and there's a file in here called alerts, and you may also have these files here as well, alerts XML backup and alerts XML old. So what we need to do is change these files. I'm actually going to delete these files and then restart the service, and that will give us the latest version of the alerts, but we don't want to overwrite any customizations like that custom alert that I just showed you. So I'm first going to back these up. So I'm just going to drag those onto the desktop. Okay. Now we're going to stop the Fastvue Reporter service. Cool. Actually, I should have done that after I stopped the service, because you'll notice it has recreated that alerts file, and that is my existing alerts configuration. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one that it's just created. But yeah, so make sure you stop the service first and then back up your alerts files. Now that I've got no alerts files in this location, I can restart the service. And what that's going to do is going to create the alert files using the new configuration that we've shipped with the latest version of this service. So if I go back to my alert screen now, I should have my drug searches alert that we've just shipped in the latest version. It's just taking a little while for the service to come up, but here we go. Great. Yep. And there it is there, the drug searches alert that will alert on any of those sort of search terms. But unfortunately, I've lost my custom alert down the bottom. So if you want to keep your customizations, you need to merge the two alert XML files together using a text editor, and then put the version of the alert XML file you want into your data location, and then start the service. So that's the general process. So I'll show you how to do that right now. So here's my old alerts configuration. So I'm just going to copy that and pop it on my desktop over here. Cool. And I'm going to also get the new alerts configuration, and I'm going to copy that. And I'm just going to, sorry, I'm just on another screen at the moment. Just going to put that in a new folder called new alerts. And paste that in there. All right, now let's go into a text editor. It's also probably a good idea just to rename, sorry, I'll bring this over here. So this is my new alerts folder. This is the latest one with the drug searches alert. I'm just going to rename that file to new alerts, and let's put that into my text editor. I'm a fan of VS Code, Visual Studio Code, but you can use any text editor you like. Notepad is probably a bit simple. I like Visual Code because it gives you the ability to collapse sections of the XML document, and then it makes it a little bit easier to read. So, all right, this is my new alerts, and I'm also going to get my old alerts. Just let me bring that over. I'll throw that into the file here as well. Cool. So if I fold up all of my alerts, just to give you a bit of an overview of the structure, so you get your alert engine, and then you've got your alert settings, then you've got these kind of root nodes, if you like, and these are your individual alerts. And within each of these, you've got all of the settings, such as the name and the keywords and all of the things that the alert's doing. So it's just an XML representation of what you see in the user interface. So if you fold it all up like this, hopefully it's not too scary. You can see all of your alerts, you've got the names and so on. And here's my blocked traffic custom alert. So what you can do is just copy that, go to your new alerts file and do the same sort of thing. Just collapse all of the alerts here and paste it wherever you want to see it in the user interface. So I'll just pop it at the end. There we go. And we'll hit save. Now, if you've made any other customizations to the alerts, you might want to copy the old version. Maybe you've made some changes to the self-harm searches. You might want to copy that into here. So you've got the old and the new, but just be aware that they've got the same ID. So these IDs need to be different. So maybe just change one slightly. I'll make that an 8 and then a 9 at the end. And then just name one self-harm searches old, for example. Or you can actually get into the nitty-gritty, and if you've added some keywords and that's the only changes you've done, you can say open up the old, go and find what those keywords are, and then paste them into the right version in the new alert, if that makes sense. So yeah, hopefully it's not too scary. You can kind of see where things need to go. You've got search term contains these things and category equal to these things and whatnot. But yeah, so it's just basically a manual way of merging these alert files together. Once you are happy, so I've got my custom alert in here. I'm not going to stick with the changes to self-harm. I'm going to save this file. So it's now saved as new alerts.xml. Now, if I just go to my folder, I will, well, let's just make a copy of this. Let's copy that. And let's go to my server and I'll paste it in here. And what we want to do is make sure the service is stopped. So stop the Fastvue Reporter service. And again, I'm going to delete this alerts.xml. Now, when the service stops, it will create an alerts.xml old. So that's, again, if something goes wrong with an install or a restart, it will use that as like a backup. So I've just deleted both of those. I'm going to throw my new alerts XML file in there, and it needs to be called alerts.xml, not new alerts. Otherwise, the software won't pick it up. Cool. And now we'll go start the service again. And everything going well, I should be able to go back to my application, refresh the screen, assuming the service has started. Great. And now I've got my drug searches alert, which is the new one, and I've also got my custom alert back as well. So that's the process of kind of merging your alerts together. I understand that, you know, if you're not tech-minded or something, or you don't have a good text editor to work you through this, it can get a little bit complicated. So if that's the case for you, please send through your version of the alert XML file. So go into your program data file, your program data location, and grab a copy of the alerts XML. And just let us know that you would like that merged into the new version of the alerts, and we can have a look at doing this for you. But, you know, please give it a shot. It's not that hard, especially if you haven't made any customizations to the existing alerts and you've only got, you know, new alerts that you've created. You can just copy that entire chunk of XML and throw it into the alerts XML file, put that into the data location, and you're away. Good idea to take a backup. So, you know, XML can be a little bit brittle if you accidentally delete a, you know, angle bracket, or you put a semicolon in the wrong place or something, or a quote. It can corrupt the file, or the software's not going to be able to read it. So take a backup of the file and make sure you do all your changes sort of separately. And then, make sure you've always got that original XML file that you can always fall back to if something goes wrong. All right, so sorry that's a little bit of a process at the moment. As I said, we do have a feature on our roadmap to merge alerts, or to at least have a factory default set of alerts that we can control and manage through auto updates. And then any customizations you do won't be affected. But that's a little while off. So I just wanted to record this video just to take you through the process of merging your alert files together. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please contact us at support@fastvue.co and we will happily help you out. Thanks a lot.